Hey guys, it's Tim and this is Pro Wrestling Unlimited. As we are here, we're back here on the 2nd of April 2022, but this time we're talking about night one of WrestleMania, and I thought this night WWE said that WrestleMania is going to be stupendous, and to be honest, I thought night one was stupendous. Night two, ooh, you guys and girls, you got a lot to live up to, because this show tonight was great. I absolutely loved WrestleMania tonight. I sent out a tweet before we went live saying that WWE had a great day of wrestling, starting with TakeOver and ending with night one of WrestleMania. And I really believe in that tweet that I sent out, in that sentiment. I really believe that WWE, that WWE actually had a great day of wrestling. Like a great day of wrestling. I really do believe that. But with that, we're here to talk about WrestleMania. We got a couple of things that we're going to do tonight that's different than our normal post shows. First off, see that number right? Oop, it's not there anymore. But it'll be there throughout the night. It'll be scrolling on the screen periodically. It is 510-906-1341. I usually say use that number, text in. But when we're done with the actual full review, I'll be taking your calls. Will actually be taking your guys' calls. You will be part of the WrestleMania post show. You will be able to give me your thoughts live on the air of what you thought of WrestleMania. Again, that number will be scrolling across the bottom of the screen throughout the show. It is 510-906-1341. Also, if you're watching on either the YouTube or on the Twitch stream, you have a chance to be one of two giveaway winners. So here's what we're doing, because we got extra prizes from the last time we did giveaways that I forgot I still had. So let's give them away. First off, the what I'll call second place. We get a WWE coloring book. I've actually got like 4 of these still left. They sent me like 6, but you will get a WWE coloring book. Really cool coloring books. One of those what they call adult coloring books. So the second place winner will get this coloring book sent to them. The first place winner will also get one of these coloring books, but you will also get an AJ Styles bobblehead. Get it in frame. You will get an AJ Styles bobblehead, because I still got one of these left over that I forgot I had sitting in the closet. Because last time we gave away an AJ Styles bobblehead, they sent me 2. I never opened the second one. And so it got put in the closet. I got it still here. And I said, you know what? Let's give it away. So the first place winner will get both the bobblehead and a coloring book. And the second place winner will get themselves a coloring book. We'll pick that winner later on, right before we take calls. But with that, I want to say thank you for joining me here. Twitch.tv/PW Unlimited, YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited, and Twitter.com/PW Unlimited. Remember, if you are watching on Twitch, you can help us out a couple of different ways. You can either help us out by hitting that donate button down below, or by donating Twitch bits in the live chat. Also, remember, you can help us out by subscribing to the channel one of 2 different ways. You can be just like Broken King Slender did tonight, and subscribe with a tier 1 subscription. Appreciate that, Broken King Slender, for 20 months right here on Twitch. Also, if you say, hey, I ain't got the money, but I got Amazon Prime, well, you're in luck. You take that Amazon Prime account, you take that Twitch account, you link them together, bada bing, bada boom, you're Prime Gaming. With the Prime Gaming account, you get a lot of stuff like free games. Right now, you get, I know one of the free games right now is, so there's Plants vs. Zombies Battle for Neighborville, fun game. But you also get the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Game of the Year Deluxe Edition. You get both of those and more right now if you have Twitch Prime, by linking your Amazon Prime, your Twitch account. Also, you get free stuff for games like Grand Theft Auto Online, Madden, Fall Guys, and so forth. But you always get one free subscription to any Twitch channel you want to subscribe to. And I greatly appreciate it if you subscribed right here, Pro Wrestling Unlimited. But on the flip side, if you're watching over on YouTube, you can help us out over there as well with a super chat or a super sticker donation. Also, remember that if you subscribe to the channel by hitting that join button down below, you get early access to news, early access to podcast episodes, early access to non-news videos, and so much more. Plus, if you want to do that, but you don't want to give any money to YouTube, you can get all those same perks over at patreon.com/PW Unlimited. And finally, the last thing I got to show out to you is to head over to the Epic Game Store. Head over to the Epic Game Store and buy something, whether that is a brand new game like Sifu or Elden Ring, an old game like Rainbow Six Siege or Grand Theft Auto 5. They'll ask you right before checkout, do you have a creator code? Who you support? You do. It's PW Unlimited. Use code PW Unlimited on the Epic Game Store or on your Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo Switch if you're playing Rocket League or Fortnite. I think Fall Guys. Don't quote me on that. I'm not sure. I only play Fall Guys on PC, so I don't know. But if you put in the store on Rocket League or the store on Fortnite on your PlayStation, Xbox, or Nintendo Switch, it'll also ask you on the store page for a creator code. Who you supporting? You're supporting PW Unlimited. But with that, we've got a lot of stuff to talk about. Again, remember, we will be taking your calls later on in the show. That number is 510-906-1341. The number will be scrolling periodically right down here. And let me see if I can get it to go into the chat. Give me one quick second to see if this will still work. Let's see. Let me see. Does this still work if I click this button on my keyboard? Let's see. Does it work? Does it work? Does it work? I don't think so. I don't think it's going to work. You know what? I'll do it a different way. Let's try one more thing. Let's move this to here. How do I click save? That'll work there. I think that's saved. No, let's try it this way. Maybe not, but I'll periodically put the number in the live chat so you guys do remember. But again, also, we'll be scrolling across the screen down here. And the first thing I want to talk about is something that didn't happen tonight. Something that actually didn't take place tonight at WrestleMania. So originally, the second to last thing that was supposed to be on the show tonight was the New Day against Sheamus and Ridge Holland. And unfortunately, that match did get pulled due to time restrictions and so forth. And both Kofi Kingston and Sheamus sent out a tweet about this, basically confirming that, yes, their match did get cut tonight. I'm going to pull up those two tweets right here. But again, those matches did get cut for time. I do hope maybe they can figure out a way to get it on tomorrow night's show. I mean, you got a 2-hour pre-show, stick it on that. So at least they get to wrestle at WrestleMania. But first off, Kofi Kingston did send out this tweet that stated, "To be in the business of an extended duration of time is to experience the highest of highs as well as the lowest of lows. Yes, it hurts, but we take it and now we use it to propel us forward. Hashtag WrestleMania." And then Sheamus just sent out this tweet with some scissors. So both of those guys basically did confirm that their match did get cut tonight. They didn't say why, but I was informed, and Fightful did also report that it was pulled tonight due to time. They wanted to make sure other things got time. And there were some matches tonight that actually got a lot of time, like the Austin, we'll talk about this one, but the Austin Owens match went almost 14 minutes. Second longest match of the night. The women's matches were actually no, take that back. The Cody Seth match was the longest match of the night at 21 minutes and 40 seconds. But let's jump in and talk about it, as the first match actually saw some tragedy. The opening match of the night was the Smackdown Tag Team Championship match. It was the Usos defending against a team of Shinsuke Nakamura and Rick Boogs. The match was good while it lasted. It only went 6 minutes and 52 seconds. Well, because Boogs got injured and they had to call the match early. They had to go to the finish early because Boogs actually really injured his knee, as they mentioned later in the show. But let's talk about the match, and then we'll talk about the injury. So Rick Boogs came out and introduced Shinsuke Nakamura, and they got a huge pop from the crowd. And their entrance, think about this, not just the show, their entrance was actually sponsored by Mike's Hard Lemonade. Yeah, and they wore like Mike's Hard Lemonade colors for their gear and everything. It was cool. Really, really cool. To recap, Boogs defeating Jey Uso to earn this match. And then we got the special intro and everything. And the match started off where Nakamura kicked Jimmy in the face right at the bell. He followed this up with a running knee in the corner. The Usos took over and isolated Nakamura on their side of the ring. Nakamura tried to fight back, but Jimmy hit an enziguri to maintain control and then slowed down the pace with, well, a chin lock. Boogs tagged in and ran wild. He looked great. He caught Jay with the bear hug and transitioned into a delayed vertical suplex for a near fall. Boogs picked up both Usos on his shoulders, but then his knees gave out and he collapsed. He just fell straight to the floor, the mat. Nakamura then tagged back in and hit a dive to the floor. Nakamura was then on his own as Boogs actually rolled to the floor and the actual ringside doctor came to check on him. Nakamura at one point hit a sliding German suplex on Jay and set it for a Kinshasa, but then Jay hit a super kick. Jimmy followed this up with a splash for a near fall, which got a big reaction. Nakamura fought back, but Jay grabbed his hair, which allowed Jimmy to hit a super kick. Usos then hit the 1D and picked up the victory. After the match, the Usos left as we saw the doctors checking on Boogs and having to actually assist him to the back. So, let me pull up. I got the info on Boogs' injury here on another deal. Let me pull that up really fast. It's not in my actual notes, but I wrote it here. That, where is it? Michael Cole and Shinsuke Nakamura. No, Michael Cole and Corey Graves did let us know. Do I not have that written down somewhere? I know I wrote it down. Where the frick is it? Let's see. Interest. Here we go. Michael Cole announced that, during the matches when they weren't doing commentary, they went to the back to check on Boogs and talk to the doctor. They noted that Rick Boogs actually suffered a quadriceps patella injury and will require surgery. That really sucks. Let me see. What is for a normal person, a non-athlete or anything, recovery time? Recovery time for a quadriceps patella injury. For one that doesn't need surgery, 4 to 6 weeks, you have to wear and that is wearing a long, straight brace over the knee and leg, without bending it at all, no putting weight on it, but it doesn't say here on, just a quick Google search, how long it takes if you need surgery. So unfortunately, he's going to be out for a while. It does suck for Rick Boogs. Here at his first WrestleMania, he gets hurt. Not only his first WrestleMania, but the first match of the night, he got hurt. Also, speaking of people that got hurt, Grayson Waller basically confirmed that he was hurt tonight or this morning at Stand and Deliver. Pull up Grayson Waller's Twitter really fast. Let's see, Grayson Waller. So if you didn't see Stand and Deliver this morning, there's a very scary moment in Grayson Waller where he went to do an elbow drop to Carmelo Hayes off of a ladder onto, another ladder, a ladder bridge. Carmelo Hayes moves at the last second, and, Grayson Waller falls onto the ladder. His elbow hits really hard, his elbow hit the ladder so hard it broke the ladder. He's then laying there with his arm bent the wrong way, screaming in pain, and we go, uh-oh, is Grayson Waller hurt? Well, Grayson Waller posted this photo on his Twitter account in a sling. So unfortunately, Grayson Waller was in a sling. He was at WrestleMania, but they're in a sling, confirming that he did suffer some sort of an injury. But as right now, I do not have any details on said injury. So that really does stink. 2 injuries today for the WWE, one in NXT and one on the main roster. But as we move forward here, let's close this. Close this. All right, let's get going. They then showed a very lengthy video package for Sami Zayn versus Johnny Knoxville tomorrow. And the reason they showed this here, well, they had to kill some time. Because, and no, you would say, well, if they had to do something to kill time, why'd they cut the New Day match? Because they killed time with like 3 to 4 minutes here. That was not enough time to give entrances and the match for New Day, Sheamus, and Holland. Because I saw that question on Twitter. But next up, we did have our second match of the night. It was Drew McIntyre against Happy Corbin with Madcap Moss. Match went 8 minutes and 38 seconds. McIntyre and Corbin had a pretty good match. It was probably the I would say that the worst match of the night was the Smackdown Tag Team title match, because I feel like it barely got going, even though it did go almost 7 minutes. I felt like it didn't really pop out of first, second gear, and maybe there was supposed to be way more. We don't know. But even going 8.5 minutes, I felt like Drew and Happy was a good match, but even in that, wasn't great, and maybe just the lowest match of the night. Like, if I had to give them every match a rating, which I don't do, because I don't know the proper way to do, quote, match star ratings. But before the match started, they recapped the McIntyre-Corbin feud. Cole and McAfee made a big deal out of a joke that Corbin made about McIntyre's late mother. They then recapped Madcap Moss winning the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. But on the pre-show, hold on. I gotta pull this up if I still have the image saved. Where did I save it to? Right here. I do have to pull this up. Somebody made in the production department. On the pre-show, it said 2022 Andrew the Giant Battle Royal winner, Madcap Moss. Andrew the Giant. Huh? I saw one Andrew Everett make a good joke with this. He changed his Twitter name to Andrew the Giant Everett and goes, "Oh, it's based on me?" I thought that was funny. I thought that was really funny. Yeah, Andrew the Giant Battle Royal winner. Also, they're not calling it Memorial this year. They just keep calling it Battle Royal. It's regular Battle Royal. Andrew the Giant Battle Royal. Anywho. Early on in the match, McIntyre jumped Corbin. He rocked Corbin with some hard chops in the corner. Corbin did try to fight back, but McIntyre sent him to the floor with a clothesline. McIntyre drove Corbin back first to the barricade. Also, I liked the barricade here because it wasn't just straight barricade like normal, but in the corner parts, that round, they actually had video screens there with the WrestleMania graphics and stuff, which I thought was very cool and different than we've seen in the past. Corbin at one point finally recovered and sent McIntyre into the ring post. He targeted McIntyre's knee and talked a lot of trash. McIntyre briefly fought back, but Corbin regained control. He followed this up with the back suplex for a near fall. Corbin was firmly in control, so Moss jumped up on the apron, thinking, "Oh, he's going to win. Let's celebrate. Woo!" Corbin then yelled at Moss, "Get off. I don't need you up here." McIntyre took advantage and hit a spinebuster for a near fall. He regained control and hit a neck breaker for another near fall. Corbin blocked a future shock DDT and hit a deep six for yet another near fall. McIntyre fought back and hit a clothesline off the top rope. He set it for the Claymore, and the fans started to pop for it, but they counted along, and Moss pulled Corbin out of the ring. McIntyre would then hit a huge flip dive over the top rope to the floor onto both Madcap and Corbin. The fans popped huge. Corbin then avoided McIntyre, went for the end of days, but McIntyre slipped out of it. Corbin avoided a Claymore and hit the end of days for a very, very, very close near fall, and Drew McIntyre is the first person to ever kick out of the end of days. The fans thought that was the finish of the match, but McIntyre, of course, kicked out. McIntyre then jumped to his feet, hit the Claymore, 1, 2, 3, picked up the victory, and got a huge reaction from the crowd here tonight in Dallas. After the match, McIntyre celebrated with his sword, Angela. Moss tried to get into the ring and froze. Like, oh, maybe I don't get in the ring, and backed off when McIntyre pointed the sword at him. McIntyre then swung the sword at him, breaking the top two ropes. Literally slicing them. Just shing. Would have sliced the third rope, but the sword, I don't know how this happened. The tip of the sword hit the ring apron and bent. And then popped it back. Like, kind of weird. But yeah, Drew literally sliced the top two ropes trying to hit Madcap Moss with it. So anyone saying, oh, that's probably just a fake sword anyway. No, not a fake sword. Not a fake sword. Going forward, we then had the tag match. It was the Mysterios against The Miz and Logan Paul. Holy crap, Logan Paul. Can't we just talk about this guy seemed like a freaking natural. Logan Paul, holy crap. Out here on time with moves and spots. Great blockbuster off the top rope. What the frick? Holy hell. This man was so good. Could almost say a natural. Holy hell. Gabriel, there's no such thing as 3-year-old WrestleMania momentum. That's not a thing, Bubba. As far as the matches go, they recap beforehand everything that went down to start this match, the feud and everything, and Paul came out to the ring wearing his rare Pokemon card. They stated was some Pikachu he just recently bought. That's I guess you could say, the most valuable Pokemon card ever rated. And he wore it to the ring. I guess he had to find this most valuable card to make up for the not so, getting duped out of that Charizard. Getting duped out of that. It wasn't a fake Charizard, but it was not worth what he paid for it. So he probably had to go out there and find the most expensive Pokemon card to make up for that. And they go, literally on commentary, they go, yeah, that's what you do when you have too much money. I go, ah. So early on, the heels had the advantage. Paul caused a distraction off from the apron. Paul eventually did tag in. The fans erupted in boos. Paul backed Ray into the corner, hit him with some rights and some lefts. Interesting. I was told that some people thought that Jake Paul was going to be at ringside. He was there. We saw him on the kickoff show. Some thought that Jake Paul was going to be at ringside. Never saw him. Only saw him on the kickoff show. But going forward, the Mysterios did take over with Dominic running wild. He hit a moonsault off the top rope onto the Miz for a near fall. Followed this up with an arm drag onto Paul and a head scissors on Miz. Dominic hit a twisting crossbody to the floor, and the fans popped for Dominic and gave him a big reaction. Paul jumped Dominic from behind and took over. He hit a running power slam on Dominic and got a 2 off of it. Paul and Miz then hit the it kicks, and they got a loud chorus of boos as they did so to Dominic. Paul, they went to the top rope. Actually, he's on the bottom rope first. And I'm like, oh, is he just going to jump off the bottom rope? Then he goes to the middle rope. And I go, okay, that's a little better, Mr. Celebrity. Then he goes to the top rope and hits just a damn near picture perfect blockbuster. Just a great, blockbuster's just a front flip and you wrap the arms around the head on the downslope. But hey, it was perfect. His timing was great. His jump was perfect. He didn't miss it. No, nothing. Banana Iswell says, Jake was behind commentary. Gotcha. I did not notice that. Because I was told Jake may actually be at ringside. So maybe ringside meant sitting front row. I thought it was going to be like down on the floor with them, like cheering them on from ringside. But nope. Dominic fought back, hit a tornado DDT on The Miz, and kicked Paul in the face. Ray got the hot tag and caught Miz with the flying Hurricane Rana. He followed this up with a seated senton and a kick to the face for a 2. Ray hit a moonsault on Miz and got a near fall, but Paul actually broke up the pin. The heels went for a double suplex, but Dominic caught Paul with the super kick, and Ray rolled up Miz for a near fall. Ray went for the 619, but Miz tried to fight back. Ray followed this up with a tornado DDT for yet another near fall. Ray went for the 3 Amigos on Miz to a huge pop. The fans broke into a brief Eddie chant. Miz escaped and sent Ray into the ring post. Paul then posed in the ring, and the fans erupted in more boos. Paul then gave Ray some great-looking Three Amigos. More boos just surrounded from everybody. But it was great. This man, everyone hates him. They want to make him a babyface. We saw that after the match. But this man was great, soaking up the boos, knowing what to do to get even more boos. I mean, whoever laid out this match, this was genius layout, the way they did certain things, because they knew it would generate boos and more boos and boos. But going forward, again, Logan Paul did great Three Amigos. Then he climbs to the top rope. Perfect frog splash. Guy hits a great frog splash. His extent was great. His leap off the jump. Leap off the jump. And he didn't like overshoot it, undershoot it. No, he jumped off for the frog splash and pop, right center smack dab in the gut. Right where you're supposed to land it. His gut to their gut. Like it was freaking phenomenal. More boos because he even did when he was up there on the top rope, the Eddie shimmy. Exactly. TJ Nasty in the chat says what I almost did say, but I almost didn't want to because I didn't want people to be mad. Screw it. TJ Nasty said it. Logan Paul's frog splash looked better than Dominic's frog splash. Holy hell. I'm not joking here. Logan Paul's frog splash actually looked better than Dominic's frog splash. So, going forward, Dominic makes the save, and the faces run wild. They hit a double 619 on Logan Paul, but Miz made the blind tag. Dominic hit the frog splash on Paul, and Ray hit his second frog splash. Miz jumped in and slammed Dominic into Ray. He then hit the skull-crushing finale on Ray and picked up the victory. What? Miz pinned Ray. Didn't see that coming. But then Miz and Logan Paul, they're standing like this in the middle of the ring. They're looking everywhere. They're like, oh, yeah, we did it. Oh, yeah. And then Miz goes, skull-crushing finale. Miz hits Logan Paul with a skull-crushing finale, jumps out, celebrates with some guy at the end of the ramp. Miz is all over this guy like he knows him or something. They're like, yeah, who, Miz? Yeah. Who's the babyface here? Miz or Logan Paul? You would think Logan Paul, but from a fan perspective. No, yeah, you would think Logan Paul's the babyface, but I don't see anybody cheering Logan Paul. I don't see anybody cheering Logan Paul, even if he gets screwed by the Miz 16 weeks in a row. They're still going to cheer Miz. So this is a little weird. It's going to be a little weird. Thank you to Luke Might for the super chat. He said, do you think Logan Paul has a future in WWE? Fuck, probably. Maybe not as a full-timer, but on a part-time or even more regular basis. I could see it. Why not? Why not? He looked so great in this match. He's got a great physique. Not a bad-looking dude. That's what Vince likes. Young, good-looking guys with great bodies. Woo! He's a Vince guy from the jump. And to be honest, we can see that he's improved because the last time they tried to do the 619 on him, he couldn't even take the bump to fall down onto the middle rope. He couldn't even take the bump to fall down on the middle rope. Tonight when he did it, picture perfect. Frog splash, picture perfect. Three Amigos, picture perfect. Blockbuster, damn near picture perfect. Well, no, it was picture perfect. Like, holy schmoly. Holy schmoly. Then he said, ladies and gentlemen, welcome the Chief Brand Officer of the WWE, Stephanie McMahon. And Stephanie comes out and she says she loves the grandiose of WrestleMania and this and that, but she wants to introduce everybody to one of WWE's latest signees. He's a two-time NCAA champion. He is the Olympic gold medalist in the last Olympic Games. It is Gable Steveson. Gable Steveson walks out. Maybe I looked at this wrong, but it literally looked like this man was given step-by-step directions on what to do, because what he did was walk out, stand next to Stephanie, then turn, walk about 5-6 steps, and then go, oh, and stand there for a second, and then go, oh, I gotta go to the other side, and then kind of turn his body, arms down, walk over to the other side, oh, And then walk back to Stephanie. They hugged, they shook hands or whatever. I gave him a big pop. But it's like, I don't know. He already seemed a little stiff in the delivery here. Like it was just, all right, here's the plan, pal. I got there next to Stephanie. You're going to turn to your right. You're going to walk a couple steps, raise your arms. Then you're going to walk back to Stephanie, pass her 5 or 6 more steps, pal. You're going to raise your arms. They're going to cheer for you because you're an Olympic gold medalist, dagnabbit. They're going to walk back. You're going to hug my daughter, and they're going to say, yeah, you're going to Raw. What it sounded like. What it'll look like. What it'll look like. They said he is a draftee of Monday Night Raw, so I assume we'll get him on Raw Monday. We'll see. What his first program is and all that jazz, I have no idea what they do with him. I have absolutely no idea. To be honest, if they could, I'd say either A, send him to NXT, or B, bring up his brother and make him a tag team. That way he can learn. I don't know how much training he's even got. His brother, we've seen him on NXT and NXT Level Up. Not too bad. You could tell he's still learning. You could tell he's still about a year in or so. Not too bad. So what I would do, I would change his brother's name back to his real name, Bobby Steveson, and make them the Steveson brothers. In either NXT or the main roster. Make them a tag team. That way they can learn on the job. It's easier than just going in there and having a bunch of singles matches because you can, A, learn from being in there during the tag match, and B, learn from watching on the apron. I mean, that was a big thing with Ray. He talked about it. He's like, I wanted to team with Dominic for a multiple of reasons, because it'd be cool to team with my son, but it'd be a great way for him to learn. Because not only would Dominic be learning on the job as far as in the ring with all these great wrestlers, but then watching me with them right there standing on the apron when I'm the one tagged in. Ray has said that. And yeah, I honestly think the Steveson brothers should be a tag team until they're both good enough. They can still be together, but Gable starts to do some singles stuff. And I don't know. I think they might push him a little too fast. I don't know what his level of training is right now and how in he is, but they're going to probably milk that Olympic gold medalist, 2-time NCAA champion. Then recap the Edge AJ stuff, which is for tomorrow. Then we have what I thought, and this is a tough one. I'm going to say it, match of the night, Bianca Becky. I'm going to say that I liked this match just slightly better than Cody Seth. And that's, when I say slightly, I mean in the slightest of slights. I like these matches almost same. But if you have to pick, what was your favorite match of the night? What do you think was the match of the night? If you have to pick one, I'm going to go Bianca Becky. And so the first 5 minutes of this match, I go, okay, I see what this match is going to be. And then all of a sudden, it just slowly starts building. And I go, never mind, this ain't what I thought. Woo! Let's go! This match, again, this match started slow, but then did the right thing of build. Boom, we're in. We're running. We're going good. Hara Bubba says, who is Bobby Steveson? Well, have you ever seen Damon Kemp in NXT? That's Bobby Steveson, the real-life brother of Gable Steveson. Again, if you've ever seen Damon Kemp in NXT or on NXT Level Up, that's Bobby Steveson, the real brother of Gable Steveson. As far as this match does go, it did go 19 minutes and 10 seconds. They did special entrances for both women. Becky came out. Well, actually, first, before, I want to show some of the image. I got these. Actually did a cool Marvel-style intro for Becky. So they did this little video of a Marvel movie intro. And we had this with when you see it zooms through with all the different characters. So we got the different Beckys. We got Becky 2 belts. We got first ever WrestleMania main eventer. Then we got the Raw Women's Champion Becky. And then they did this where people were like, oh, it's just the WWE intro. No, fucking ain't. This right here was complete Marvel copy. Not copying the then now forever WWE thing, which was copied to Marvel. WWE copied Marvel with this. Did this. And then we got how just same way they pull out on the Marvel Studios logo. They pulled out on this big time, and then it Bex. And then an SUV would pull up on the stage. Driver would get out, open the back door, and there's Becky Lynch walking out. She got an entrance with the SUV. She walked down to the ring. And then Bianca got a special entrance with a marching band. Now, someone that was in the marching band in high school, I was on the drum line. I noticed that when the marching band first started walking around to get out onto the stage, the two cymbal players were off by 2 beats. Just saying. They're off by 2 beats. By the time they actually started like really getting, like they did the whole thing, and then they like stopped, and then Bianca's music hit, and then they played along with it. They were back on when they played Bianca's music. But and you got to note, those cymbal players, there were 2 of them that I saw. They were both off by 2 beats. They're off just slightly. But Bianca would come out. She had like a drum major inspired top, like jacket deal, which is really cool. Had her hair, EST on the braid, and colors were red for the night. Last year, she matched them to the WrestleMania colors. This year, she just wore red and gold. Actually, last year's WrestleMania colors. Anyways. This match, again, like I stated, started off a little slow. And I'm like, okay, maybe this is going to be the thing. Maybe this is going to be... Oh, never mind. It went and went hard and never turned around. Never slowed down. Later special introductions in the ring. Then the bell rang. And they duped us. Well, they tried to dupe us. They tried to make us think that this match was going to end in like 30 seconds. Great, phenomenal kick out. The kickouts, the last second kickouts in this match were tremendous. Fan-frickin-tastic. Dare I say, stupendous. The last second kickouts in this match by both Bianca and Becky were fantastic. Fantastic. Lynch went for the manhandle slammer right at the bell, but Bianca countered with the KOD. Lynch slipped out, hit a manhandle slam for a close near fall. The fans reacted like they thought it was over like SummerSlam. They thought it was over like SummerSlam. Lynch went for several near falls. Couldn't put Belair away. Belair fought back with a suplex and rolled through. Went for a second suplex, but Lynch reversed and took over. Lynch missed a moonsault, which I thought this was the first time Becky's ever done a moonsault. I guess she did it in the Lita match. Gonna be honest, don't remember much of that match. But, just saying. Lynch misses the moonsault. Didn't look like a great moonsault. There was that and one spot with Bianca where I go, those are kind of the low points of the match. Because Becky's moonsault looks a little stiff. She doesn't have like the full like body extent. She's kind of just like up there standing like she's got all fours ready, and then she kind of like does a weird flip. I don't know. Anyways, moot point. Bianca locks on her version of a disarmor, but Lynch fought back and got to the ropes. Belair tried to lift Lynch onto her shoulders, but struggled to get her up there. They changed course and traded near falls. Lynch took over after sending Belair into the ring steps. She was firmly in control and hit a series of suplexes where I tried to make the joke, oh, she's sending her to Bexplex City. She had like 4 or 5 suplexes. I'm like, oh, we got Bexplex City. Lynch then drove Belair throat first into the middle rope. Belair tried to fight back, but Lynch hit her with a super kick. Lynch followed this up with a leg drop off the top, which flopped Belair over the ropes, where she was draped over the top rope. Lynch then slowed the pace down with a chin lock. And the match from here just, like right from that leg drop off the top going forward, the match was phenomenal. Phenomenal. Belair tried to fight back, but Lynch regained control with an armbar. Belair fought back and picked up Lynch. Lynch grabbed the top rope to block a KOD, and then, was given a KOD over the top rope to the floor. Belair tried to get back in the ring, but Lynch pulled her out of the ring. At ringside, Belair ran at Lynch. She attempted a backdrop, but Belair bounced off the ropes into a suplex. Belair then took over and ran wild on Lynch. She avoided Lynch with a handspring backflip. Belair caught Lynch in a powerbomb with a powerbomb, but Lynch rolled through it and got a near fall. Belair recovered and hit a handspring standing moonsault for a close near fall. Belair climbs to the top rope, but Lynch cut her off. Flair lifted Lynch on her shoulders while standing on the middle ropes. She then dropped Lynch onto the corner. The fans stood up and popped for the spot when Belair hit a pitch-perfect 450 splash for a very, very close 2. Lynch then fought back and hung Belair over the top rope. Lynch went for a flip senton, but instead did a flip drop kick and fucking just kicked Bianca right in the face hard. Bianca then went down for a second. When she got back up, she hit a spine buster and went for a handspring moonsault again, but Lynch got her feet up. Flair tried to roll up Lynch, but she reversed it and sent her into the ring post. Belair recovered and went for the KOD. Lynch again held onto the top rope, but Belair gave her a KOD to the floor. Lynch recovered and sent Belair into the ring post by her hair. Lynch gave her a manhandle slam on the ring steps. And then this was the one spot of the match I did not like. And I never liked this spot. So Bianca's laying there on the ring steps. She's like not breathing. The ref's counting 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All of a sudden, it's like she got jolted with a defibrillator. She's full of life and energy because she's dead, right? 8, 9, whoo, right back into the ring like fucking Sonic the Hedgehog. Speedy Gonzalez. It's like, you were just completely dead. The number 9 all of a sudden gave you life? Again, never a big fan of that spot because it comes off as people, you can hate me for saying this, a fake pro wrestling spot. It comes off as a fake pro wrestling spot. JJ says, I call those spots the anime power up. It's never a believable spot. How in bloody hell can you be dead? At one point, she's laying here. The ref gets to like 5. She's not even breathing, it looks like. He gets to 8. Still not moving. He says 9, and she's Roadrunner over here. Fastest person in the West. Damn. Again, never a big fan of those spots. Because it's just not a believable thing to where if you're out for that long, there's no way you can jump up and jump in the ring that quickly. Like, no, I've never wrestled myself, but more believable would be at like 7, she starts stirring. At 8, she's pulling herself up off from the ring skirt. At 9, she's got the bottom and middle rope. And right before 10, she kind of lunges into the ring. But at least like 4 or 5 seconds prior, she's moving around. Not 1 second prior, she all of a sudden, shoom. It's just not believable. It's just not believable. So, Belair jumps back into the ring. Lynch almost won by countout. And the fans popped big when Belair jumped back in, and they broke into a "This is awesome" chant. Belair could barely get to her feet. Lynch went for the manhandle slam off the middle ropes, but Belair avoided it with the backflip. Belair then hit one last KOD, got the pin 1, 2, 3, and became the new Raw Women's Champion. Here's my pitch. For 2 years in a row, WrestleMania, Bianca Belair has beat 2 of the 4 horsewomen. Can we say maybe they do a thing the next 2 years with Bianca? Whether she goes in as the champion or the challenger, she needs to win 2 more matches. One against Charlotte, one against Bayley at WrestleMania. I know what you're going to say. She's already beat Bayley. I don't count that. I'm calling her the WrestleMania Horsewoman Slayer, where she's going to beat all the horsewomen at WrestleMania in singles matches. I think they should do it. 2 down. She got 2 to go. Again, I know people are going to say, she's ready to beat Bayley. I don't care. I want her to be the WrestleMania Horsewoman Slayer, or the Horsewomen WrestleMania Slayer. I don't know what you call it. But I want her to beat all the horsewomen at WrestleMania. She's 2 for 4 right now. Got 2 of them. She needs 2 more. Next year she could beat Bayley, and then they build up her and Charlotte, the Queen, as the culmination of her slaying all the horsewomen at WrestleMania. I'd love to see it happen. It would be fantastic. Then we get some weird looking choir. Like, I don't know. I guess it's a choir, but I don't know. They were dressed, I wouldn't say Seth weird, but they were, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. But they're out here and they're chanting, oh, like whatever the beginning of Seth's music is. And Seth comes out wearing, again, Seth Rollins doing Seth Rollins, ridiculous gear. Cool, whatever. And he makes his way down to the ring and he's hamming it up Seth Rollins style. I love this Seth Rollins. Didn't like Messiah crazy Seth Rollins, but I love this crazy Seth Rollins. I think he plays this version of the crazy Seth phenomenal. Phenomenal. We're standing in the ring and he's yelling, who is it? Who's coming out? Who's my opponent? And then we hear all this pyro starts going off. Lights dim. Here, Cody's theme. I always forget how it starts, like America's, or it says pro wrestling's only first family, or something like that. And then his theme song starts playing. And everybody goes nuts. American Nightmare graphics on every screen in this building. And earlier, when Stephanie was out on the ramp, people noticed a little trap door behind her. I and others thought, oh, well, when they do the Hall of Fame stuff, Undertaker's going to come up from it. No, that was for Cody because he got not only his theme song, but he got his AEW entrance. Not only did he get his AEW entrance coming up from the frickin' floor. Okay, thank you, JJ. He says, wrestling has more than one royal family. Thank you. I always forget what that is, what they say. But it comes up from the floor. They shoot it just like an AEW with the camera going up at him as he's coming up slowly. And he's walking down to the ring and he's hamming it up. This crowd is going ape shit bananas. They're loving Cody. For all you haters that said, well, you saw Cody's last 6 to 10 months in AEW. Everyone hated him. They booed him. What kind of reaction do you think the WWE fans are going to give him? WWE fans love this man. This man, I was getting goosebumps. I've still got him thinking about it. How big of a reaction this man got. He walks down halfway down the ramp. More pyro goes off. He does the kind of thing that he usually does in his entrance. And then Mike Rome does his best Justin Roberts, making his way into the ring, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. Mike Rome does his best Justin Roberts. Cody comes down, does the rest of his entrance. It's literally a carbon copy of his AEW reference other than the chandelier coming up. It's his entire AEW entrance, from music to the way it's shot to the way the ring announcer says it. This was great. I loved this. This was fantastic. And maybe it was because of the building they're in. It was WrestleMania, 77,000 people. Of course, he's going to get a big reaction. AEW's never had this big of a crowd. But I said it. I'll say it. More people have said it too on Twitter. Biggest reaction Cody's ever gotten in his career. Bigger than when he was previously in WWE. Bigger than anything he got outside of WWE. ROH, Impact, New Japan, AEW. Biggest reaction Cody's ever gotten. And I get it. You're going to say, well, duh. There was over 70,000 people in that building. It was WrestleMania. Of course he's going to get a big, massive pop like that. Not particularly for 100% certain. You could have got a good reaction going, oh, Cody's back. But he got a fantastic reaction from this crowd. And Seth's got this look on his face in the ring like, oh, you son of a bitch. What the fuck? The fans break out into a loud Cody chant. Loud Cody chant during Seth's entrance, and then after, when Cody was in the ring, they also started chanting American Nightmare and more Cody chants. The two squared off. The fans broke into another Cody chant. Like, they started chanting Cody, Cody, Cody. Then the two came together and they got quiet. Tie up, Cody chants again. Rhodes had the early advantage with a side headlock and an arm drag. He then did the cartwheel into the Stardust. Stardust. Gotta love it. Gotta love it. Rollins then fought back, but Rhodes recovered and dropped down. Caught Rollins with a right hand. Fans broke into another loud Cody chant. Rollins then went for the pedigree, but Rhodes escaped and attempted to cross Rhodes. They fought over a suplex in the ring, and then both men fell out of the ring over the top ropes. That looked like, oof, that hurt me watching them take that spot. That hurt me watching them take that spot. At this point, commentators pushed out Cody Rhodes as one of the highest ring IQs of anybody in this business. Rhodes slowed the pace down and worked over Rollins' arm. Rhodes went for a flying crossbody. Cody kicked him in the ribs. Cody falls to the floor and starts telling the ref, my rib. You can hear him because the camera's right on him. He's like, my ribs. And I go, uh-oh. No. He's just selling. Rollins takes over and starts working over Rhodes. He's kicking the ribs. He's punching the ribs. And then we hear him say, welcome back to the big leagues, bitch. As Rollins slows down the pace with the bear hug, targeting the ribs. Rhodes then fought back. He had a power slam and a clothesline to the floor. Follow this up the suicide dive, sending Rollins into over the announce table. Rhodes then hit a moonsault off the top for a close near fall. Rhodes jumped off the apron, but Rollins caught him and gave him a power bomb onto the barricade. He followed this up with a super kick and a Falcon Arrow for a near fall. Rollins then avoided the stomp twice. Rhodes avoided the stomp twice and went for the crossroads. Rollins escaped, but Rhodes hit the crossroads for a very close near fall. Fans again, Cody. Great Cody chant. This WWE fan base thinks they treated him like original AEW fans treated him. Like he was the greatest thing in this business. Like, Cody was getting the reaction tonight that he got when AEW first started, when they thought that, he was in charge of that company more than Tony. So desperate Rhodes climbs to the top rope, where Rollins cuts him off. Rollins gave Rhodes a reverse suplex into a slam for a very close near fall. Fans start chanting, "This is awesome," as some of the crowd is chanting for Cody still. Rhodes then avoided a Phoenix Splash, but Rollins rolled through. Rollins then went for the pedigree. Rhodes escaped. Rollins set up for the pedigree, and the fans popped. Instead, Rhodes hit a powerbomb and a Cody Cutter, a fire-looking Cody Cutter, for a very close near fall. Rhodes didn't really know what to do next. Rollins took advantage and hit a pedigree for a close near fall. This is when Dustin Rhodes, his brother, would send out a tweet stating, "Fuck the pedigree." He just said it. Fuck the pedigree. So, where was I? They traded rights in the middle of the ring. Fans cheered for Rhodes and booed for Rollins. Yeah, boo. Rollins then yelled at, "This is my company." He hit a forearm to the back of the head. Rhodes recovered and hit true crossroads. Went for a third, but let Rollins go. Rhodes then paid homage to his father. He did the flip, flop, fly, and the bionic elbow. He then hit the third crossroads, picked up the victory, and this crowd went bananas. Ape shit bananas. Bigger than when he first came out. He got a huge, massive reaction when his music played. Then when he came up through the floor. Then when he won, got even a bigger reaction. These people think, people used to say, "Oh, the AEW fans, they think Cody's a god." Frick, hell, the WWE fans think Cody's a god. Unless there were just a lot of AEW fans there. These people thought Cody was the greatest thing ever with the reactions he was getting. Holy hell. I thank Luke Mike for the super chat. Says, "I thought it was funny when WWE said Cody is WWE." So, this was great. This was phenomenal. This was fantastic. We also do know Cody's bride was there with him as well. After the match took place, Brandy actually tweeted out this photo up here and said, proud of this man, heart, hashtag WrestleMania 38. This is them standing under the stage before Cody went up. Very cool. Very, very cool. Brandy was down there with him in those final moments before he went out in front of the actual crowd. That's awesome. Don't know if they had Liberty there with them either, their daughter. But regardless, that was a moment that they shared and they will remember forever. Also, I do want to read one other thing here, because Cody did actually speak with the Ringer after the match. Cody spoke with the Ringer Wrestling Show. Cody wished AEW the best as he moves on to a new chapter in his life, stating, quote, I'm proud of AEW. I'm so proud of Matt, Nick, and Kenny, and I really want to see Tony move forward. No bad blood, in the best ways, and all the respect in the world. But the decision to come here was the easiest decision I ever made. It was just time. The show is doing well. Wrestlers are getting paid that weren't getting paid, and I had a small part in making that happen. Maybe a big part. I don't know. Depends on who you ask. I'm so proud of it, but it's one of those things. How much are you going to do for everybody else until you say, I want one for me? I feel like that tonight. It felt really good. When asked about the deal and when it came together, Cody said, one of the most special parts of it was Bruce Pritchard and the chairman himself, Vince McMahon, flew down to meet with him. They didn't fly Cody to Stanford. They flew to him. Had the meeting not led to anything, had it just been a conversation about wrestling, sports, entertainment, so fun. Just a conversation on that. It would have been great closure on the last loop. I left here on the worst of terms. I talked all smack on earth, but none of it mattered. It was just, quote, you went out and you did it. I remember saying, quote, I had to be me. It has to be Kingdom. It has to be the American Nightmare. To hear Vince say, quote, well, it's not broke. That's what we're buying. Just vindication. Oh, and I'm reading this for the first time with you guys. For Vince to tell him that when he said, I have to do what I've been doing. It can't be like your guys' stuff. Vince tell him, basically, if it ain't broke, why fix it? Holy hell. Cody goes on to state, spent all the time trying to prove the people wrong who doubted you and prove people right who were on board with you. In that moment, it was closure on the first loop and excitement for the next. It's pretty clear what I came to do. Pretty clear there's unfinished business. For my family, there's something we never got. And I want to be the one to get it. Talk about that WWE Championship. There's more to this. We will post up on our website after this on pwunlimited.co. I'll post everything from the interview, all the different quotes and so forth. But, man, that's some great things to hear. That's some great things to hear. For Vince to basically tell him, quote, from what Cody said, quote, I have to be me. It has to be Kingdom. It has to be the American Nightmare. And for Vince to say, quote, well, it's not broke. That's what we're buying. What do you call that? Vindication. Wow. Wow. I did not expect to read that and hear Cody say that in this interview. And for him to say, easiest decision I've ever made, buddy boy, here for it. I can't wait to see where this goes. I really can't. And then I go, oh man, Charlotte and Ronda are next. Try topping both of those matches. The two best matches of the night. Like, I knew there was going to be nothing that could top it. Maybe from a reaction standpoint, Austin, which it did. But I'm just like, oh my God. How are Ronda and Charlotte not just following Cody and Seth, but following Cody and Seth that had to follow Bianca and Becky? Oh my God. They did announce that in attendance, the unannounced attendance, probably really like 65 to 70. They announced 77,899 in the building. Also, I forgot. AEW's or WWE's T-shirt company, right? Or AEW's T-shirt company, right? The T-shirt company. Where is it? I know I saved it. Remember AEW's the T-shirt company? How? As soon as somebody comes in, they get a shirt. Screw it. Cody got 3. Available right now. Shop WWE. 3 Cody Rhodes American Nightmare T-shirts. Available now. Again, a Shop WWE. It's not a plug, but I just think it's so funny that everyone's like, AEW, the T-shirt company. When a wrestler comes in, get a T-shirt. Well, Cody comes in, got 3 shirts. Give me 1 second. Accidentally closed the wrong tab. Lost my notes there. Let's open this back up. All right, we got to back up. So, I do want to say thank you, Daniel Orton, for the super chat. He says, Cody Rhodes better be in WWE 2K22. No, he'll be in the next one. I highly, highly doubt they get him in this game. Like, I know they got DLC and all that's already planned. Yes, they can scan him and add him in. Screw it, that's community creations are for. So going forward, they recapped the Hall of Fame induction ceremony from last night, and then everyone came out. And of course, Undertaker, as they always do, everyone comes out, they introduce everybody, and then the headliner gets their special entrance. Interesting, though. Undertaker gets his entrance, everyone goes crazy. Undertaker goes to walk back through the stage, and then he stops for a second. And I'm like, last night I said never. What is he doing? He stops for a second, and then just keeps on walking. I'm like, oh, he was soaking it in. No, JJ, I don't think so. Everyone now here in the chat's going, they could still add him. It's not as easy as you think to add a whole new character to the game. Yeah, DLC you could. And they got DLC planned out for months. But it's like, maybe. That's a very big maybe. I don't know. I don't see it happening. I see them waiting and putting him in 2K23 or whatever the next game, whenever the next game is going to be. Then we had an 18-minute and 20-second match. It was Charlotte Flair and Ronda Rousey. The match was good. The match was strong. Had a weak finish, though. I was going to say, had a weak finish. A couple spots seemed a little tough. At one point, Charlotte, I'm going to say right now, Charlotte needs to get that gear she wears and cutting it. Charlotte needs to get a whole new top designed. How often are we watching a Charlotte Flair match and it goes black because titty popped out? I'm just going to say it right now. How many times we watch a Charlotte Flair match? She's going for that figure 8 and she's upside down and all of a sudden the screen goes black. Because a nip slip. Happened tonight. And accidentally got on the air. So she's going for the figure 8 and the screen goes black. Comes back for like maybe 2 seconds at that. And then goes black again. But in that 2 seconds, camera's right on Charlotte. You see a little nip, and then it cuts back off. Like black screen. And then it comes back eventually. So it's like, ooh. I accidentally got the nip slip on television. Accidentally got the nip slip on the broadcast. They tried to block it out with black screen. And accidentally showed it. Anyways, I thought the match good. Wasn't great. I mean, it was close to great. I mean, it was as good as you would think a Charlotte Flair Ronda Rousey singles match is going to be completely honest. So early on, Rousey had the advantage. He was hitting Charlotte with some rights and lefts. Referee Charles Robinson, or should I say Lil Nate, got in between them. Flair took advantage and hit a forearm. Rousey fought back with an arm bar, but Flair broke free. Flair took over and sent Rousey into the ring post. Flair was firmly in control and slowed the pace down with the face lock. Rousey fought back, but Flair responded with a hard clothesline. He slowed the pace down again with a dragon sleeper. Rousey broke free and rocked Flair with a knee for a 2. Flair tried to jump on Rousey's knee, but she moved and hit her version of a tornado DDT. Rousey rocked Flair with a kick to the head and threw her around. Flair recovered and hit a spirit for a near fall. The crowd was pretty dead at this point because they were pretty tired from the last 2 matches, especially all that cheering for Cody. But they did eventually get the fans into this where they did come alive pretty well. Flair went for a moonsault, and Rousey moved though. Flair landed on her feet and then hit the standing moonsault, the Andrade moonsault, but it was a little mistimed. It was all right though. Rousey fought back, but Flair regained control. Speaking of Andrade really fast, who cares that he was at Smackdown, the Hall of Fame last night? He was there with his fiance. It don't matter. He ain't going back to WWE. I saw a lot of people online going, oh my God, Andrade was at the Hall of Fame. That means he was backstage at Smackdown. Did they have a meeting with Vince? Is he going back to the Fed? No. Anyways, back to the match. Rousey fought back, but Flair regained control. Flair hung up Rousey in the corner and locked on a Boston Crab on the top rope. Rousey broke free and punched Flair right in the face, just knocked her. She then threw Flair off the top rope. Rousey hit the Piper's Pit and set it for the armbar. Rousey took her time, which allowed Flair to recover. Flair rocked Rousey with the boot and kicked her right in the face. Turned for the figure 4, but Rousey escaped and hit a power slam for a 2. Rousey went for the Piper's Pit again, and Flair escaped. Rousey applied the ankle lock. Flair reversed the move. Rousey sent Flair into the turnbuckle, but Flair fought back with the powerbomb. Rousey went for the armbar, but Flair countered into a figure 4. Rousey reversed into an ankle lock, but Flair broke free. They traded submission moves. Rousey went for the armbar, and Flair countered into a figure 8. I think it was right around here where they did the nip slip thing. Rousey reversed and rolled out of the ring. Cole noted that nobody ever broke free of the figure 8 before. Yeah, it was right after he said that. They were on the apron. They went back into the ring. Charlotte went up for the 8, and that's when the boob popped out. Flair then recovered and caught Rousey with a suplex into the barricade. They beat the 10 count. Flair went for a boot, and Rousey grabbed the leg. Rousey hit the Piper's Pit, and Robinson counted 3, but he went 1, 2, 3. Wait! Charlotte's foot's on the bottom rope. Wave off the count. And Ronda's like, what? No! What? As Ronda's sitting there up on her knees yelling at Charles Robinson, natural selection. Got a near fall off of it. Flair went for the figure 4, but Rousey kicked it off. Flair speared Robinson by accident. Rousey caught Flair with an armbar, and with the referee down, Charlotte's sitting there tapping. About just tappity tap tap tap. Tappity tap tap tap. Tappity tap tap tap. But the ref's down. Couldn't see it. Rousey tries to revive the referee, and Flair took advantage and kicked Rousey right in the face and then just pins her. Kicked her right in the face and then pins her. Like, what kind of finish is that? What kind of finish is it? Just kicks her right in the face. Pow! Eh? Okay, cool. I guess you could say cool. But now they can play up the thing of Ronda can show up and go, hey, I technically had you beat twice in that match. Once, yeah, the ref messed up the call, but he still counted the 3. And the other time, you were tapping, but the ref wasn't there to see it. So I'm like, I don't know. So, again, Charlotte Flair does retain the SmackDown Women's Championship. Then again, it looks like, because this is supposed to be the New Day Sheamus Holland spot, and it doesn't happen. They then tell us, next up, KO show. And then they do some video packages or whatnot. And Kevin Owens comes out. Gabriel Price says WWE just uploaded a video. WWE's uploaded a lot of videos. So, Kevin Owens made his entrance to a chorus of boos as the crowd breaks out into a loud Austin chant. Owens welcomed everybody to the main event version of the KO show. And I'm sitting here and I'm talking to my buddy and I go, this company loves Kevin Owens if they're trusting him in this spot. Not just in, doing the KO show at WrestleMania, but doing it as the main event, doing it with Austin, and trusting him to have Austin's first match in 19 years. And I've heard this for years, that many wrestlers say that Kevin Owens is one of the safest guys they've ever been in the ring with. I mean, why else do you think Vince went in there and said, headbutt me, make me bleed, to Kevin Owens? And he ain't saying that to nobody. I've heard it for years. Kevin Owens is regarded as one of the safest guys to work with in the ring. And again, I'm just like, man, this company must love him. I mean, they gave him this match, brand new fat contract. So it's like, hell yeah. Hell yeah. So the fans were booing again, and he pointed out that he said some bad things about Austin and some bad things about the state of Texas. Then he came to Texas and realized, boy, is this state worse than I thought. Fans broke out in a loud "what" chant. And he's like, I'm not bringing Austin out yet. He's like, this is my show, and I'll bring Austin out whenever I want. And that right there, I was like, oh yeah, Austin's going to interrupt. Give it a minute or two, give him maybe 3, Austin's going to interrupt. And that's what happened. Austin ended up interrupting. But I was like, I don't like that line, because it basically told us that Austin's coming soon. Well, we knew he was coming soon, but that Austin's just going to interrupt at any moment. He would go on to insult the fans. He then said that Austin is the worst influence and couldn't wait to tell him to his face that he sucks. Owens promised to give Austin a stunner and then pour beer on him as well. And then that's when the glass shattered. Now comes Steve Austin to one of the biggest pops you'll ever hear in your life. I mean, this pop was so big. The Undertaker pop and chants and cheers and everything last night during Hall of Fame was massive, especially for that size of a crowd. But this was massive as well. Like, this was great. One of the biggest pops you'll ever hear. Austin comes out. He's wearing the knee braces and the knee pads, and you know right then and there, this man's ready to fight. This ain't just a sit-down interview. This ain't the KO show. They're going to have a freaking match. Is it 2 minutes? 3 minutes? Is it The Rock, Eric Rowan, 6 seconds? Oh, nobody. Oh, nobody. So Austin walks all the way to the one side of the ring, of the stage. He then walks all the other side of the stage. He then starts to walk down the ramp and goes, hold up, hold up, hold up. And he goes to walk back. And he goes through the curtain and everything, and the commentary, and like Corey Graves is like, where's he going? Where's he going? Like, or Byron Saxton's like, where's he going? And Corey Graves is like, I think he's had a change of heart. I think he knows better than to get in there with Kevin Owens. And then comes out in the ATV. So there's 2 cars parked behind the stage, covered up, and the ATV. We saw the picture. We only saw one of those cars, the SUV. The other's supposed to be a Rolls Royce. I don't know for what though. Something tomorrow, I guess. Anyways, anywho. Austin comes back out on the ATV. Huge pop again. He drives down around the ring or whatever, and then jumps into the ring. Kick off the KO show. He poses in all the corners. And Owens goes, all right, we got enough of that. Stop the music, sit down, let's go. It was my show. Fans broke out in a loud Austin chant. Owens then demanded, Austin, sit down so we can talk. I don't want to fight. Austin then, you didn't come out here and talk to me like this with that dumb haircut and them mealy eyes or beady eyes. Fans start breaking out in a what chant. Owens then again mocks Texas and says, it's not as good as Canada. I mean, you look everywhere and there's crap all over. You don't got like sprawling things and this, that. He goes, screw it. If I lived in Texas, if I had to grow up in Texas, I'd rather move to Mexico. I mean, it's right there anyways. They talk for another minute or so. And then Owens goes, you know what? I got to get something off my chest. I lied to you, Steve. I lied to you on why I brought you out here. I didn't bring you out here to talk and do the KO show. No. I brought you out here because I wanted to fight. I'm going to challenge you to a match right now. Fans, thoughts are crap. And says, I want you right here, right now, in a no-holds-barred match. He says, there's no way you can beat me. It's been 19 years since you've had a match. He said, you either accept or leave. The fans broke out in a one more match. And Austin gets on the mic again and goes, well, you know what? My first ever match was right here in Dallas, Texas. Why not have my last match right here in Dallas, Texas? Bring out a referee. Let's do this. And everyone just, again, going crazy. He's like, if you want to see Stone Cold Steve Austin have one last match here in Dallas, Texas, give me a hell yeah. And the crowd responds with a loud, hell yeah. That's when he said, let's do it. Bring me a referee. And they went 13 minutes and 55 seconds. And it wasn't just Owens getting shit in or Austin getting shit on Owens and beating him down for 13 minutes. No, this was a real match. This was no smoke and mirrors, fake bumps for Austin to keep him safe. This fucker took a suplex on the concrete. No mat on that concrete either. Exposed concrete where the fans were sitting. Oofa! So the two, referee runs down. He goes, Daryl Sharma runs down, gets in between them. He's like, you ready? You ready? They meet in the middle. And then they just start going at it. And then Austin backs him into the corner. And he's hitting him 1, 2, 3, 4. He hits him a number of times. Owens falls down, starts stomping that mud hole, the feet right to Owens. Great. They traded right hands. Austin got the upper hand. Austin then threw Owens into the other corner and continued to stomp on him even more. He then grabbed a beer mid-match. He did this a couple times, actually. Got a huge pop from it. Fans broke out in a "You still got it" chant. Owens recovered and actually took over. He beat down Austin around ringside and pulled out a table. They were fighting up against the barricade, pushed Austin, and Austin took one of them face-first bumps into the ring post and then flat back bump on the floor. Owens then sets up a table on the barricade. He grabs Austin. They work over to the side of the ring. Looks like he's going to throw Austin into it. Austin reverses it, and Owens goes through the table. And at first there, I'm like, okay, yep. Austin may take 1 or 2 bumps, but Owens going to take the most of it. And no. Then they start fighting in the crowd. And Owens goes for a suplex. Or Austin goes for a suplex. Owens does the wrap the leg around to stop it. Grab him. Reverse. Suplex on the frickin' concrete. No mat there. No protection. No nothing. This 57-year-old bastard took a suplex on the concrete. Gets up. Start fighting again. But Owens does get the upper hand. Austin recovered and slammed Owens onto the announce desk. He pulled out another beer for a huge pop. Where was I? Sorry about that. Austin then continues to beat down Owens with 10 right hands. He had another beer thrown and threw Owens back into the ring. Owens then hung Austin on the top rope and tried to leave on, Owens hung Austin on the top rope, tried to leave on the ATV. Austin then jumps on the back of the ATV, drives it up to the top of the ramp. And there was some weird things sitting there at the top of the stage for some pyro that we never saw go off or that I noticed to go off. I don't know. They start fighting on the stage. They're brawling everywhere. Austin then gave Owens a suplex on the stage. And yeah, the person taking the move takes the brunt of that, but still, doing a suplex on the stage, you're still taking that flat back bump, Steve. Holy crap. He then sent Owens headfirst into the ATV, and then gave Owens a second suplex on the stage. Austin eventually just threw Owens, and he went tumbling down the ramp and rolled all the way back to ringside. As Austin grabbed more beers, and they got him back into the ring. Yet Owens took advantage and actually hit a stunner for a very close near fall. Fans broke out an Austin chant. Owens then grabbed a chair and did the old Kurt Angle rock spot. Went to go for the chair shot. Austin moves. Chair bounces off the ropes. Pops right back into his face. Owens is down. We've seen Kurt do that in a match against Austin. I think Rock has done it in a match against Austin. But Rock also did it in his infamous I Quit match with Mick Foley, Mankind, and Royal Rumble. Owens takes a chair to the face. Austin hits him with a stunner. 1, 2, 3. Austin wins. This crowd's going wild, crazy, just Austin's getting beers thrown to him. He gets out of the ring. And he points at somebody behind the announce table, and he throws this guy a beer wearing an Austin hat. And I'm like, who's that? Just throwing, and they don't even know at the moment. And they're like, Austin out here being generous, sharing with the fans in Texas. And so Austin's in the ring and he's swindling beers and everything. And then the guy, gets out over the barricade in the ring with Austin. And then finally, I guess they're told in the headset and they let us know Austin's in here. That's his brother. That's his brother. Austin got to share a moment in the ring with his own brother. Very cool. They drink a couple beers together. His brother eventually gets out of the ring and he hits Owens with another stunner. Owens and takes the stunner, falls out of the ring, and 2 Texas State troopers help him up the ramp and out of the building. We assume out the building. Then Austin goes, hey, come here, get in the ring. And he's calling for Byron Saxton. Saxton gets into the ring, and we all know what's coming. He opens a beer. He hands one to Byron Saxton. Saxton opens the beer. Austin then Saxton scared as fucking shit to take this stunner though, because he's drinking the beer and he's like this, like he's losing his shit. You can see that beer can just shaking. Please just hit it. Please just. Finally takes the stunner, sells it great, does the big rock flip off the bump and all that stuff. Weird that he looks scared. I don't know, like Austin's drinking the beer, and then when he takes the drink of the beer, he's like got it right up on his mouth. He's like, that beer can his hand was just, I don't know why, but he takes the big bump off the stunner. Corey Graves calls this the greatest moment he's ever seen in pro wrestling. And Austin celebrates with more beers and more beers and more beers. Last shot we get is Austin cracks open another beer, does the squeezes one so big that it's like a fire hose just flushing out of that beer can. Literally, it was a cone of beer coming, like a wave of beer came out of the can. It wasn't just like the beer coming out into his mouth. No, it was like a hose, like a fire hose shooting out of there because he was squeezing. He knows what he's doing. Been drinking beer way too long. Anyways, great way to end the first night of WrestleMania. I thought this was fantastic night of wrestling. I thought this show was great. Now we're going to do something here. I've got names generated from the Twitch chat. I've got names generated from the YouTube chat. We're going to see who the first winner is. The first winner wins just the coloring book. Again, runner-up winner, not the grand prize winner, runner-up winner will win one of these WWE Championship coloring books. What they call an adult coloring book. Got a lot of cool, iconic moments in this coloring book. WWE, we got Jake the Snake and Randy Savage. We've got, I think Adam Cole's even in this. Let's see. Adam Cole and Ricochet right here. Adam Cole and Ricochet, the NXT Championship. So, first person will win this coloring book. Let's roll this and see who actually wins the coloring book. And here we go. Populate Twitch chat. Populate YouTube chat. And the winner is Tony Karma 19625. Tony Karma 19625 has won themselves a WWE Championship coloring book. Either hit us up on Twitter at PW Unlimited, hit us up on Facebook, facebook.com/Pro Wrestling ULTD, or if you don't have either of those, you can always send us an email with your information at PW. Let me double check which email I want you guys to send it to. Send it to, if you don't have an email, or a Twitter or a Facebook. Send it to pwunlimitedstaff@gmail.com. Now we're going to roll the big one, big prize. You also get this coloring book, but also get an AJ Styles bobblehead from the great people over at FOCO. Great people over at FOCO sent us this bobblehead. Actually sent us two. I forgot I had the second one. We gave one away. We got another one. Winner of the second bobblehead is, drum roll please, the winner is Colton Mayer. Colton Mayer is the winner of the bobblehead and the coloring book. Congratulations to Colton Mayer on winning the bobblehead and the coloring book. Again, you can hit us up with your information on Twitch or Twitter at PW Unlimited. Hit us up on Facebook, facebook.com/PW Unlimited. And also hit us up. You can easily email us as well at pwunlimitedstaff@gmail.com. Let me see. What do we got here? With that, I gotta put on my headset. I want to take your calls. I want you guys to call in and let me know what you thought of night one of WrestleMania. You can either call in or text 510-906-1341. Again, that's 510-906-1341. We'll start taking calls right now. Let me just click one thing. So, calls here. Okay. We should be good. Hopefully it actually does everything properly. I haven't taken calls in a while, but let's do it. Got your calls, got your text messages. While we wait for some calls, we'll check the polls. As far as the Twitch poll does go, we do know that 100% of you liked WrestleMania. As far as the Twitter poll does go, did I not get a Twitter poll? Oh, I'm on the wrong account. As far as the Twitter poll does go, 86% liked the show, or 86.6, 11.4 thought it was just all right. No one disliked it. And as far as the YouTube poll does go, 88% liked the show, 10% thought it was just all right, and 2% did not like tonight's WrestleMania. Let's move this over here so I can take the calls, check the text messages, and the calls at the same time. The first text message just state, what are your thoughts on Bianca Belair becoming the new Raw Women's Champion? I knew it was going to happen. I mean, I'm not saying that like, oh yeah, I knew it. No, I knew it as far as that's the route I thought they should have gone. I thought Bianca winning was the right move. I thought Bianca becoming the champion was the move they had to do, in my opinion. First says, I really enjoyed night one of WrestleMania 38 and liked the matches for Miz, Bianca, Cody, Charlotte, and Steve Austin. I'm honestly fine with Charlotte winning and thought Steve's match was nonsense in a good and funny way. Person here says, I think WrestleMania was great. I know you're talking about WrestleMania tonight. Do you think Rousey going to be on NXT 2.0 this Tuesday? Would like to see challenge for NXT Championship next, Gunner or LA Knight? Well, it ain't going to be LA Knight because he lost to Gunther. But I can see Gunther being a challenger for the NXT title. Rousey being on the show Tuesday, sure. I don't know when they're going to bring her like out onto the show eventually, but we'll see. Again, guys, remember you can text in to 510-906-1341. And that number is 510-906-1341. I'll put the number in the live chat in case you don't see it. I know I did just miss one call by accident. Tried to take it and it didn't go, but we'll try again. If you just tried to call and I didn't answer, try again. First says, really proud of Bianca winning the Raw Women's title. She showed a lot of toughness. Fighting off everything with a black eye proved why she's the toughest, the fastest, the bravest, the quickest, the best. Do you think she'll be, got this call right here. Says, do you think she'll be a better champion than Flair? I don't know. Caller, you're on the air. What'd you think of tonight's WrestleMania?
I just want to know, what do you think is next for Cody? Do you think they're going to continue doing a Seth Rollins rivalry, or do you think he's going to challenge either Roman or Brock for the title?
So as far as Cody goes, I think the Seth stuff most likely is one and done. I think that's just going to be it. One and done with Seth Rollins. But, I mean, you could have him go straight into the main title picture, but I would just have him pick up a bunch of wins and then challenge for that title, maybe SummerSlam. Just my opinion. I think you just got to get Cody out there in front of the fans as much as possible, get him a bunch of wins against anybody and everybody, and then boom, go, hey, I've been here for 5 months, 4 months, whatever. I'm ready for that big belt that I couldn't win at the other place.
Okay, and one last thing. Do you think they'll do Charlotte Ronda again?
I mean, they kind of booked themselves into a reason why, so I could see it, but I mean, I wouldn't, because I mean, the match itself tonight was it was good, wasn't great, and I don't think it could be any better. So if they do another match and it's not going to be better, why do another one? In my opinion, just saying.
I mean, that's true. Oh, that's all I got. You have a great night.
All right, thanks for the call and have a great night. All right. All right, guys, if you do want to call in, you can do so at 510-906-1341. Again, the number is 510-906-1341. It says, Miz versus Logan Paul? Question mark. Yeah, probably. I can see it. I mean, it's got to be, actually. Not that probably I can see it. No, it's got to be the direction. It's got to be. Got to be the direction they go after tonight. First says, another person asking about Rousey. It says, I think WrestleMania was cool. Do you think Rousey going to be on NXT 2.0 this Tuesday? Who do you think going to take Smackdown Tag Team Championships off the Usos? Honestly, I think the Usos. Keep those titles for a while. If Roman's going to keep his title for a while, keep them all strong. First says, you think Cody cuts a promo on Monday if he's on Raw, which I think they should put him on Raw. Well, actually, I just got an idea. Tomorrow night, Roman beats Brock. He's the WWE Universal Undisputed Champion. He stays on SmackDown. Raw is left without a champion. Back in 2016, the Red Brand needs a champion. So we do a little mini tournament. You got 4 guys. These 2 guys are going to fight. The winner moves on to the title match. These 2 guys are going to fight. The winner moves on to the title match. Cody's in that title match. Maybe he fights Seth again and wins. And Cody becomes whatever this Raw champion is going to be. Then he doesn't have to face Roman and lose to Roman. Oh, there you go, WWE. I just booked you. Make Cody the Raw champion, and you could do it at SummerSlam. You could say, oh, we're going to elevate the U.S. title with Finn, which I don't have any faith in that. And that's our main title right now. But then eventually, someone's going to come out, Adam Pearce, Sonya Deville, and go, Raw is lacking something. And I think that is a world champion. And so they say we're going to set up a little mini tournament where the finals will be for the new blank championship, whatever they call it, the WWE Championship, the Universal Championship, the World Heavyweight Championship, whatever they call it. You put Cody in that match, and you give the belt to Cody. Take this guy, as Cameron Grimes would say, to the moon. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. I would have Cody become the Raw champion. And then he doesn't have to go in there and lose to Roman. Because, if he faces Roman, he's going to have to lose. Because if they're keeping Roman strong throughout maybe till next year's Mania, there you go. You just figured it out how he doesn't have to lose to Roman. But can still get a world title match and possibly become the world champion. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. If anyone else does want to try and call in, we can wait a couple more minutes. Again, that's 510-906-1341. Again, that's 510-906-1341. Luke Might says, did you see Cesaro is back on Twitch? Yep. And he says it was the first of many more Twitch streams to come. And he's not Cesaro, he's Claudio. Or, well, maybe he's Cesaro, SCRO. Or what did he trademark again? CSRO. CSRO is what he trademarked. Neil Bell says Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns at Survivor Series. If they're both the world champions, because you got to do the world champion versus the world champion at Survivor Series. So sure, why not? If Cody's the Raw champion and Roman's the SmackDown champion, sure, there's a Survivor Series match. Why not? But it looks like we're not going to get any more text or phone calls. So let's wrap it all up. And I do want to say thank you for joining me here. Twitch.tv/PW Unlimited, YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited, and Twitter.com/PW Unlimited. Here on the West Coast, it's 11:11, so you know what that means? Make a wish. Make a wish, ladies and gentlemen. It's 11:11 right here on the West Coast. But with that, we'll be back, and we'll be doing this all again tomorrow for night 2 of WrestleMania 38. Also, forgot to mention, they confirmed it tonight. WrestleMania 39 next year in Los Angeles. 2-year WrestleMania, April 1st and April 2nd. But with that, guys, I want to say thank you for joining me here. We'll be back tomorrow night for WrestleMania Night 2. Have a great night, guys. I'll see you next time.